Hello everybody, this is Kiyoshi here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Younai, the Demon Slayer Agatsuma Saints figure. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, this is a GK figure I found on Amazon.com for around $20. For those of you who do not know what GK is, typically speaking, GK figures are not official licensed products from those main brands or main product production brands like Sega, Bandai, Mega House, you name it. Usually GK figures are either made or produced in China, Hong Kong, or Taiwan, anywhere somewhere there, all from the mainstream brand line. But these are also really well made. However, these are really well made and really high quality figures. Usually they're not cheap. They're sold almost the same price as those mainstream brands, or even more expensive. For those larger scale GK figures, they can cost anywhere from $500 to a couple thousands of dollars, because those are really well made. And usually those figures are made to order. They will make a sample of the figure, and then people start bidding for it, and people start making orders for it. So sometimes, depending on how many orders there are globally, so sometimes they may only produce a couple hundred units of those GK figures at once. And usually once GK figures are released and sold, they're not going to remake it. So that's why the value of the GK figure sometimes goes up a lot higher than in the market than originally how much they cost. That's just a little background on the GK for those of you who do not know, but you guys can definitely check it out online. Just search GK figures to learn more about GKs. A lot of people do collect tons of GKs, especially people who have money, because like I mentioned, those are really expensive figures. This is a pretty reasonable price GK figure. It's only $20, and the figures are in a blind box form, so that's why I decided to give it a try. And also, I think Younai is the first GK brand that actually produced these figures from season 2 of the Demon Slayer series. And this is the Saints figure. Let's take a look at the packaging. Here we have Younai and Saints. This is from the second series, the season 2 of the Demon Slayer. I believe from episode 2 or 3, or on episode 2 and on. Saints, I mean, for those of you who have not seen the film, I'm not gonna go over in detail why he looks like this. You guys should watch the season 2. But for those of you who have seen it, you guys know Saints basically look like this since episode 2. Yeah, he is Yujo. Wait, hold on. I believe it's called Yujo. I'm not very familiar with these old Japanese traditions, but I believe this is Yujo in Japanese. I don't know how to explain that in English. It's like the little girls being sold to be a prostitute. Yeah, I think that's the most direct way to explain who Yujo is. These are the juniors of the Oiran to be. Oiran, it's hard to explain. Oiran is like those very high-end, very senior level prostitutes back in the in that era of Japan. And Yujo is those who were kids, like very, very young, and to be trained to be in Oiran. Hopefully, I mean, not everybody can be qualified as Oiran. Oiran need to be very talented, very beautiful, very popular, etc. But Yujos are definitely someone to, there's a chance for the Yujos to become an Oiran. Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to go into details. I don't know too much of it, but that's what I know. And either Oiran or Yujos are slightly different than geisha. I think a lot of people have heard the phrase geisha. Those people who dress up in the very traditional Japanese look, and then painted their face like white, and then with very nice makeups, they walk on the street, they perform musicals, different musical instruments to clients or customers back in the days. They're different because either Yujo or Oiran are more like prostitutes, versus geisha, it's more like they're not selling their bodies, you know, they're just selling their performances in front of the customers. Yeah, but you got an idea. Here's the rest of the box, not much going on. And here's another figure also from this wave, or from this series. This is Tanjiro. I don't have it for the moment, but I'll be reviewing this figure next. So I'm pretty excited for it. But we'll start with the Tanjiro. So here we have Younai. And let's take a look at the figure. The figure is pretty big and pretty heavy. For a blind box figure, here's my hand. It's pretty big, you know, and also it has an interchangeable head. Very cute. Let's take a look, 360 on Saints first. Pretty cute. I think the overall quality is really good. I think these GK figures are really good qualities. And I don't find any difference between these, you know, unbranded figures versus those mainstream brands. I don't find any differences in terms of quality. They're pretty good, and it has a very good weight to it. The base is removable, so if you wish to not display your figure without the base, you can do so, and Saints will be able to stand up just fine. But definitely with the base, it will be more securely stand. It will stand up. It will be standing a little bit more securely. Yeah. So here is a little look of Saints. This is how he looks since episode 2. And so far, it's episode 5. Episode 5 just finished on Sunday. And I finished watching it as well. It was so good. And then yeah, so far from episode 2 on to episode 5, he's all in this kind of costumes. Yeah, pretty cool. He looks like very unhappy because, you know, he was sold to be a Yujo unwillingly, but he got to do some duties to, yeah, I don't want to go into details, but he was there for no choice. Yeah, pretty cool. And let's do a face swap. Basically, you remove the head, and then you can have this thing in there. Cool. This is very Saints. This is reflecting one of the scenes from, I believe, episode 2 in the season 2 of when when he started working at the red light district. He saw a lot of beautiful girls. Yeah, this is the expression he had, you know, Saints. If you've seen Saints from even season 1, you know, when Saints sees beautiful girl, he acts like this. It's pretty spot on, very cute too. I mean, this face, it will be something very nice to display Saints with. I don't think there's any other figures so far that has this kind of expression for Saints. It's pretty ridiculous, but at the same time, it's pretty spot on as well. This will be more fun for the display, and this will be more like still, but also pretty cool. Because so far, we have not had any Saints figures looking like how he looks from season 2. So pretty cool. Yeah, for those of you are a Demon Slayer fan or have seen season 2 and or a fan of season 2 or how they look in season 2, I highly recommend this figure to anybody, because I believe this is probably the first one in the market that that has this look for Saints, and I think it's worth to collect. And they're only $20 for a GK figure, and this quality is very similar to Sega or Bandai Ben Presto. I didn't see any differences between the qualities or the amazingness. So yeah, here is my review of the Younai Demon Slayer Agatsuma Saints figure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.